How you doing, brothers and sisters? Peace, peace, peace. Yes, it's SHU, AMUN, and we're back doing the special edition of About Relationship, and this is part 7. I don't know how far we're going to go with it, but I'm going to go as far as I can take it, breaking down piece by piece, and it's not for you to go, don't be in a relationship. It's to ask yourself why you should be in one and why you really don't have to be in one, because you're going to do what you want anyway. We know that. But I used to have a firm grip when I was younger not to be in a relationship, but to have associate females, because you don't know their background. But the young lady, because this is part 2, the young lady, part 2 of session 2, but part 7, if my memory serves me correctly, like that. I got to be careful because sometimes I'll be mixing them up. So I know it was 6, 7, but anyway, we'll get there. I want you to pay attention to the young lady. She's going to break down what happened to her. She goes into a group, flies to Mexico, which that's all in part 1. Session 1. And this is session 2. Now she's going to break down what happened to her. Now remember, I understand this. I'm giving you the ages. They're 25 years and younger. This is why I keep telling y'all. I don't understand why young people get into some relationships, because now you 18, 20 years old, you think you fully grown. Your mind is still a child. I knew that when I was coming up. I'm like, I can't deal with this. Even when you're sleeping with a young female, you're not trying to have sex over 2 and 3 hours. That's not even on your mind. She's not trying to have sex with you 2 or 3 hours because she don't know that. You understand it? You learn that. Somebody teach you these things. Either you're going to watch it on TV, read it in a book, magazines, and et cetera, right? Or you're going to learn it the hard way. Somebody's going to be fucking molesting your ass. You're getting molested, and you start to pick up things as you're getting molested. It's sad, but it's true. This is why I keep telling y'all, why are you in relationships? What does it matter? You're not living your dreams. You're not being fulfilled. You're growing up so fast, and then some of you become so hard, male and female. But let's get into the video. I'm sure I'm in raw, and this is my special relationships. It's basically a storyline, and I have to put it out there, and I want to put it out there, and I want y'all to learn from it. You ready? Let's get into it.
Their intentions all the way, you can feel it. You'll be able to feel it, and we get these nudges. That's like we call it our intuition, to tell us like this is bad, this is, you know what I'm saying, like this is a good decision, this is not. But I was ignoring these things, so it started to pop up in my dreams, and I can tell you more detail along the line, like why I felt like Nature Boy's thoughts was interfering with mine when I was in his camp, because I started having his thoughts. I am a natural empath. I'm a natural absorber of energy. I'm a Cancer moon. I'm an Aquarius. So I'm all about absorbing my environment and healing it and putting solutions there if in case something is wrong or is out of balance. I'm a life path 9. So my job and my purpose, a part of my purpose here in the earth plane, is to restore balance upon the earth. You know, whether that me be an influence on people's lives or personally or on social media or whatever it is, but it is to, you know, restore balance. This is my job. So in the essence of me picking up on Nature Boy's feelings and stuff like that, me and Omeg got into many arguments about me being attracted to Nature Boy. I would always say no, that I'm not attracted to him, because that's how I truly felt. And I couldn't really rationalize the dreams that I was having, but I also was honest. This is another thing about me in carbonation. I was very honest about me, about my thoughts, about what I felt, you know. So no one can ever say like, she lied or anything like that. I may have talked behind someone's back and said things that had gotten me in the hole that I am in today. But I've never was like lied about something and say, oh, I didn't never say that, I never do that. Like I always said and spoke up, you know. So I admitted to Omek in the essence I was having these dreams about having sex with Nature Boy and stuff like that. And months later, we get locked up, go in Costa Rican jail because Nature Boy refused to get our stamps. Every month you have to get your passport stamped, your U.S. passport stamped in Costa Rica and able to live there, as you know, or to continue to visit. Which he didn't get our passport stamped for 6 months. It was him, Nature Boy, me, Omek, Key, and at the time, which he calls himself Israel now. He was Tron. It was us, and we didn't have our passport stamped, and everyone else did. So me and Omek was still together at this time. Fast forwarding, you know, there was a lot of things that was going on behind the dark with Nature Boy when me and Omek was together. There was a lot of things that I didn't see, a lot of things that Omek didn't see, a lot of things that a lot of people in the camp didn't see, except for the women who were up close to him. That's the only people who got a really good understanding of who he is. And that's why, in fact, all of the women keep leaving, because the women are seeing him for who he truly is. Now, nevertheless, there are women who actually enjoy who he is, and so they stay, unfortunately. But that's a further along topic down the line. In that moment in time when I was in Costa Rica and he had all of those women, he had Yaya, he had the girl whose name is Violet now, Stephanie, which is Faith or Serenity, Pocahontas, and much more other women. He had much more other women that came for like one day and then left after he had sex with them and he didn't agree, or he didn't have good sex with them or something, and he would like tell them that they have to go, that they have to leave. And for me, because I was with Omek, I didn't see his, wrongdoings. It wasn't until one moment right before we had.
Now, this is where I have a problem. And I hope you're listening to her. Even though she says fast forward, she says they couldn't see the darkness. You couldn't see the darkness, but you having dreams about it. You having sexual encounter dreams about this man, Nature Boy, who's the leader of the camp. That you all seen his videos and you joined. Your purpose was to change humanity. I'll say it again. All of y'all followed Nature Boy to change humanity. How from changing humanity, it became a sex machine. How? It's clearly told by the young woman who said, I came up there to change humanity. Now it's not about changing humanity no more. Now it's all about who's fucking who and why he's fucking them. So, the dreams that you're supposed to have had and what you thought you believed faded out. And this is what happens with a lot of people. You want to be involved in a relationship with a person, but you don't practice monogamy. You don't know what it is. I'm repeating myself, and you're going to constantly hear these words: monogamy, submission, love, long suffering. Long suffering, yes. When you're in a long relationship, you with this person, you dealing with everything. Everything. And if you know who that person is, and you know what they're all about, as you hear her speak, you hear her say, he was in a relationship with all these women, his wives. You're going to hear her say and admit that she understood that he was in a polygamy relationship. I need you to hear this. How you as 20, 21, 22, 23 years old, you are involved so deeply, so heavenly in a relationship that you know nothing about. You don't practice it because I know, because I've seen her videos and studied it, that her relationship with her father was a fallout. She had a fallout with her mother, so she believed she was strong enough to do what she is, obviously because she's telling her story again and again and again to clear her name. But why do you have to walk that path, thinking, well, I'm going to learn, so I got to learn from my mistakes? These are the things that people do, young people. Well, I got to learn from mistakes. Let me tell you something. I ain't never got myself caught up in that kind of bullshit. The minute I sensed that a female was fucked up, bye, you got to go. I'm just being honest with you. Oh, bye, you got to go. As I got older, I did it quicker. Got to go. Got to go, because you ain't going to tell me I have to be there with you. Even when I had my daughter, my firstborn flesh, the mother still was being an asshole. I clipped her. I always kept in touch with my daughter, get her. We would hang out, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not gonna be with somebody who's fucked up. Nah, you're not gonna detour me and what the fuck I'm thinking and what I need to do. This is where people make their mistakes. What you believe in, you're supposed to continue on that path of your dreams. You get into relationships and sexual activities, it takes you away from what you're supposed to be doing. But let's get back into the young lady. Let's get back into her. We're going to get back into her and pay attention. Just pay attention to what she's saying.
Omek was denying me being in a relationship with me so much because he felt that Nature Boy liked me so much that he said that he didn't want to be in a relationship with me. So me and Omek had broke up in that moment. And as a woman, and I'm thinking about Nature Boy, he's telling me all these good things that I want to hear. You know, he's also doing, I'm under the impression he's doing.
Now, did you see what just happened? She said her and Womack, he broke up with her because, well, Womack knew that she had some feelings for Nature Boy. Even though she told the truth, according to her records. But look at all this weight that's on these young people. The young man did exactly what he was supposed to do. He sensed that she had some feelings for Nature Boy, even though she's trying to tell him, no, but why are you dreaming about him? What the fuck? Don't be talking about, oh, my dream was altered. Nature Boy, somehow our frequencies got together. Nah, y'all was talking on the low. You been talking because I know that because I watched and studied his confession, and he was saying he basically went to her and he started talking to her. So if you didn't have no kind of feelings from the man, you would have never went that route. You would have never had a dream about him. You see how young people manipulate the stories? She's being raw, which is great. But she's not telling you the actual facts. She's giving it to you raw, but there's pieces missing. All of a sudden, you're talking about, he started telling me what I need to hear, what I wanted to hear. First of all, you're supposed to be there because you want to change humanity. How can from humanity changing altered lives? From now, since Womack left me, now Nature Boy is telling me about him. He is my king. He's my Messiah. So I'm going to easily drop my defenses right away and be with him. More pressure. More pressure. Because it was a hidden agenda behind that. If you cared about Womack, you wouldn't have went that route. Because you both were supposed to be on the journey of changing humanity. Relationships. You don't need that. But listen to how it's constant. This shit gets uglier and uglier. Here we go. Just pay attention. Pay attention. This is why I try to tell y'all, teach your children not to have relationships. Teach your children to focus on their dreams. Focus on the task that's ahead of them. That's more important than worry about some man. It's more important worry about some woman. See, most dudes don't worry about women anyway. They just want to have sex with them, and that's a wrap. Trust me. Most men just want to have sex with females, and they ain't trying to really get involved. You know what I'm saying? Unless they get caught up with some of the motherfucking, what you call them, I call them the black widow females. It doesn't make a difference if she's young or old. If she figured out her body, her sexual behavior, and she gets the dude to get what she want, boom, he's going to be devoured. Whether you want to believe it or not, this ain't no faking shit. It's real. Do your research. You can find there's women, young women, older women, who do this shit naturally. They will devour your ass. This is why I tell y'all, relationships, don't get involved. But let's get back into it. Because she keeping it 100 though. But because I know both sides of the story, I also know there's holes in her fucking pockets. And this is not to discredit her. It's just that because I'm not looking at it one perspective, just her perspective. I also listen to his perspective because he also tells it. Okay? This is why I tell you, relationships, you should not be in it. It's a business, it's a job, it's difficult, and it will fuck your mind up. Here we go.
So as a woman, naturally, I'm like, okay, well, if you want to love me and he don't want to love me, then I'll give you a chance. When I gave Nature Boy a chance, he had sex with me and he didn't like the sex between us, so he told me to go back to be with Omek. Now, I'm not the only victim of that circumstance. He's doing this same thing to all of the other women that's there. Zoka and Solar, Sheba and True, Aya and Tron. At one point, he was trying to put Aya with so many dudes in combination. Aya never wanted to be with those guys because she only wanted to be with him. So, and then Ephraim and Caliber, all of these couples, Pice and the girl Shushed, all of these couples that are together or that were together or that seemingly to be together, even Flow and Vibes, Rambo and Serenity, all of these couples, I tell you, were torn apart or negatively influenced by Nature Boy's inability to keep his dick in his pants. Facts. So there even were cases where women felt like they were pregnant, and it was like a whole bunch of commotion because all of the women are in competition for his approval and for his validation. So it becomes really weird. Like the environment gets really weird. And I'm sitting there like, Nature Boy, I don't know why you gotta be with them. You don't even like them. And we would have these conversations in front of these girls' faces. Like, he doesn't like you. He doesn't want to be with you. I always tried to stop him from hurting other women. I always was like, you don't have to do that. You have everything you need right here. Like, I got you. Like, you good. Like, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted to be with everyone so bad that he jeopardized all of his relationships, including the ones that's still there, which he doesn't realize it, and they don't realize it either because they're all under this spell of wanting to keep the command of fulfilling the knowledge and fulfilling a righteous lifestyle. But it's not really nothing righteous that's going on because it's covered up. It's underlined with lies. The foundation is lies. The foundation is not truth. So as time went on of me, or before I got into the relationship with him, I watched these women go through it with him and they were leaving. So by the time he got an opportunity to be with me, because me and Omek had broken up again. After the first time me and Omek broke up, we got back together. Then a couple months later, after we got out the Costa Rican jail, we traveled to Texas, and me and Omek broke up because I felt as though Omek actually was seeing Nature Boy for who he truly was. Omek didn't know how to verbally express that because there is a certain, I'm not calling nobody weak, I'm not calling nobody a punk, I'm not saying none of that, because Omek is a very strong person, because on his way out, he faced Nature Boy multiple times, and he told Nature Boy exactly how he felt and exactly what he was gonna do, and he did it. So, by the time me and Omek broke up, because he was coming off of the knowledge, and I was like so stuck in it. I was like, this is the truth, this is the way in the light. We were going away from each other, and so we broke up. No hard feelings. That's, that was a journey that was influenced by a demonic force. So Omek wound up leaving, and we tried.
Now, because it's going to be a part 3. You see all this pressure that these young people have, breaking up, coming back, breaking up, coming. Is that what life is all about? In the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, she wasn't even talking about humanity no more. She wasn't even talking about making a change of life. Now it's about problems, issues, women getting pregnant, women thinking they're pregnant, and all sitting up there acting crazy. Relationships. Why are you involved? You're with a person, you're not with a person. Now you don't want to be with that person because the person said they don't love you no more. So now you chasing the word love. Chasing the word love. Oh, he's going to love me? Okay, so since you don't want to love me no more, I'm going to go with this person because he said he loves me. Chasing the word. But it's deeper than that because she also had a hidden agenda. Because if it was all about humanity and it was all about changing, you would have never went with him in the first place. But this is what happens when you're young, or you're inexperienced and you get into relationships. You get into these relationships, and in the end...
Connected to LGG pad F280.
And in the end, what happens? There's problems and issues, and you can't handle it. You don't know what you're doing. I'm going to see you in issue 3. For sure I'm in around. Yo, peace out. This is deep.